We appreciate y'all. Let's get into the Spider-Man talk. We're gonna break that fucker down real quick.
Let's spread its butt cheeks and get in there deep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that.
No. Like this.
Well, first of all, let's talk about what we thought about. What did you think about the trailer overall?
I mean, I thought it looked good. I mean, I could see what they're. I mean, it's obviously going to be a more of a tragic tale because I mean, I did like the line that Doctor Strange said is that they all died. That's their fate. Every villain that Spider-Man has ever fought, they've all died, and that's because he wants to save them, obviously. And then I saw the thing where with MJ falling off the bridge, which was obviously a throwback to Gwen Stacy dying with Green Goblin. I wonder even if they're going to do that where Green Goblin actually drops her off the bridge. I mean, yeah, overall it looks pretty good. It looks fun. And surprisingly, it looked a little darker than I imagined they were going to. I mean, it's not as like hokey dokey that I thought they might do. So yeah, I thought it was good. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I like, dude, I love the idea. Like I said, we talked about this the other day. It's kind of tainted for both of us because it's just like the constant, just like people trying to catch Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in public and the constant articles over and over again about it. It's kind of like quelled the excitement for it because I'm just sick of hearing about it. Like if they don't want to show you in the trailers and they don't want to tell you in the news and the actors are lying about it, just sit your fucking ass in the movie theater and be surprised for once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of quelled our excitement. That being said, though, after watching the trailer, I did get more excited because, like you said, I think the story idea is just fucking amazing. Like, I think we're all like being greedy and wanting more and more and more. But if you just take it at full frontal male nudity, penis in your face value, which is always a great place to be.
Suck that hole.
Yeah, sea bass in the bathroom. But, you know, if you just take it at face value, the story's a really cool idea, man. Like, you know, the fact that Doctor Strange accidentally opens this time rip and all these, like, they're actually bringing the villains from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man back in, that they're tying these worlds together, and this Spider-Man has to face them all and what could be Tom Holland's last Spider-Man. I think that the story's fucking awesome. Like, that's such a rad idea.
Well, it looks like he's blaming not Andrew Garfield. They're blaming Spider-Man, Tom Holland. Dr. Strange said, "You fucked it up." Because if they've been in the second trailer, they showed him doing it, and then he was talking and stuff. He's like, "Oh, I don't want Ned to not know," and MJ, and then he messes it up somehow. So I think, yeah, but yeah, it's cool that they're bringing him all. It also leads in, and again, this is probably the ship they're going to use. WandaVision started it, and then they went into the Loki thing, and now they're having this happen. It's obviously, I imagine this is how they bring in the X-Men. Because if they want to combine the universes and they're like, okay, this is the easiest way to do that. You have a permanency after they get everything settled and the gates closed and everybody back to their fucking homes. They go, okay, well, we got mutants now. And then you maybe see the X-Men show up. And then maybe the Fantastic Four as well. Even though the Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Four is a little easier to explain because, I mean, they could just go back and reboot that whole thing. But the X-Men would be an easy, if they want to get, what was his name? The guy that did the original X-Men trilogy. Brian Singer's X-Men, which they may or may not do, but I'm just saying if they wanted to, they could do that. And then there's all that speculation around Hugh Jackman with Logan, but I hope not, dude, because he's done. I mean, look, after that Logan movie, I don't really want to see I love Hugh Jackman, but I mean, it's done. If they're going to reboot the X-Men, they need to do it fresh.
Yeah, I just can't wait for them to do something with that. But I mean, like, yeah, I just think, yeah. And let me ask you this: where are you on the fucking Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield thing? Like, do they need to be in the movie for you?
I mean, it's kind of like asking a girl if she's like, "Can I put some anal beads in you?" I was like, "I can leave it or take it, whatever freaky thing you're into tonight." But it's like that's how I feel. I mean, it would be cool to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield suit up one more time and then have them fight alongside the Tom Holland Spider-Man. But at the same time, if it's not in the movie, I'm not going to be butthurt about it because I do think that they've already given you a lot. I mean, they got you the original Doc Ock. I mean, he's back, and I love that dude. That dude's awesome. Spider-Man 2 is still arguably maybe the best Spider-Man movie to date. And then they got, and it sounded like William Dafoe's voice for Green Goblin. That sounded like him. Okay, so he's in it, and then it looked like Jamie Foxx's face on Electro.
It's him as well. He's officially cast.
So, and then you got Sandman, and then you got, did you see Lizard? Lizard's in it too.
I did. Yeah, I got pictures of all that stuff. Like, so Let me see here. I'll actually go into this. Let me share my screen with you. Come on now, share it. You want to. I get it. I understand. Don't you be scared now. Starting, by the way, with this one, does it not
That's
look like
the
Doctor
hottest
Strange?
fucking shit ever. That's the hottest
he looks
turd
like
ever.
He looks like he's about to do the fucking suck it sign there. And he's like, suck it.
I do. That's what I look like if I have like a bean burrito the night before, and then I'm looking in the mirror the next morning and I fart. It's just the explosion of death, and you're holding it back, trying to hold the smell back.
It looks like he's reaching for some boobies in the sky. I just thought that shot was
Or
funny.
actually, he looked like a dad that stepped on a Lego.
He does. So that's where the trailer starts, obviously. So, and I almost forgot about this because I only watched No Way Home, not No Way Home, but Almost Home, Homeward Bound, fucking whatever the last movie was called. I watched it once. I don't think I ever watched it again. But I remember at the end of that movie, it's J. Jonah Jameson that tells everybody he's Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. So, and that's where like he's a fucking bad guy when this movie starts out. I forgot about that until I saw the shot, and I was like, oh, cool. So yeah, I read.
That looks like the armored version, the Spider-Man MK1 from the. You probably remember it if you saw, because I've been in the comic books, but in the animated series, he had like a black suit with like silver like metal on his where the webbing was, and it was like the armored MK1 version of the spider suit.
Well,
that may not be it. It just looks like it.
Well, I read that where this comes from is that somebody, because everybody hates him because they think he murdered Mysterio, somebody comes up to him and throws green paint on him.
Yeah,
and it gets on the suit. So what he does is he just takes the suit and he turns it inside out, and this is just the suit inside out.
Oh, well, that makes that's lazy. Like, okay.
and I'm guessing that's Electro behind him powering up like fucking Test Your Might in Mortal Kombat.
Are you sure that's that could be Elon Musk coming up with a new idea?
just charge it my fucking new
He's like,
car,
don't
man.
worry about this truck. It's not gonna. You can't break the window.
And that thing on his wrist is apparently it is a Doctor Strange like web shooter. So he can imprison people if he hits them with his web in Doctor Strange's like mind prison.
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of badass right there. That's pretty fucking dope. So I thought that was just cool. That's a cool shot too. That's a nice little cinematography piece right there. And then Black Spider-Man suit shows up, even though you can barely see it in this shitty fucking looking shot. Black Spider-Man.
I don't know. That's the one I was talking. I don't know if that's the Black Spider suit or if that's the MK1. It's hard to see it, guys. Can we lighten it? Why is it got to be dark?
What did he call himself in the last one? Monkey Man or some shit? Night Monkey.
Night Monkey, I think that's a pretty good name. It sounds like a band that went out in the 80s. It's like, hey man, you guys ever heard Night Monkey? It's fucking got some badass shit. I like to smoke weed and listen to them. But yeah, that's a cool shot.
What is this fucking box, by the way? That's one thing
I don't know. I think it was in the Doctor Strange movie, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it looks like I thought it was the box that held the Eye of Agamotto or the Time Stone. I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. I don't remember, but I thought it was in the first Doctor Strange movie.
They're fighting over this box the whole goddamn trailer. At first I was like, oh, I know what that is. That's from fucking Zack Snyder's Justice League. Remember, he's got to unite the fucking squares.
Oh yeah,
that is one of those. He got that from Wonder Woman. We really are tying shit together here. That was a cool scene though. Like when he fucking Spider-Man, I guess Spider-Man and him getting a fucking fight about something. Because Spider-Man's like, or he said, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, me too. And he tries to steal it. And then Doctor Strange literally punches the fucking soul out of him.
That's like when your dad like knocks the spit out of your mouth when you bring home bad grades. That's exactly what it looks like. Or when you tell your mom to shut up. He's like, what'd you say? Pushes you down. He's like, oh shit. He knocked me back to childhood.
Did you ever play when you were a kid, when you were in school, did you ever play what's that game? Trade licks? Did you ever trade licks?
It's like flinching, like 2 for flinching and shit like that. Or I know what you're talking about.
You just punch each other in the arm until somebody quits. That's what it looks like when you go to punch. When you go like, I'll play, and the fucking dude hits you so hard you want to cry.
I didn't volunteer for it. I was conscripted because it was called bullying. Yeah. They were just like, hey, I'll trade licks with you. Don't you hit me because I'll knock you the fuck out. I'm like, okay, so I guess I don't want to play.
Some of those dudes would make you feel like your arm fucking broke. I mean, that shit would hurt for a while.
I know, and they would do like that with their knuckle to get it real nice and toasty on you.
Doc Ock obviously is in this. There's a couple scenes where they show like Spider-Man's colors on Doc Ock's fucking legs, his tentacles, and I guess that Peter uses that to control him in some way. I don't fucking know what's going on. I just thought this was a dope ass shot.
Looks cool, yeah.
You
But he
know,
did
he's
the
just
same
drying his
kind of
hair.
thing to Maguire's Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2
Yeah, and you can
with
tell in the
the
trailer, by the way,
pinnacle on
he
the head.
thinks. Yeah, he thinks in the trailer that this is Tobey Maguire because he's like, "You're not Peter." It's like, "Yeah,
No,
I
he
am."
does. Yeah, no, he absolutely does believe it. Yeah, because I mean, that was in the scene where he has him against the wall.
Yeah, there's only one quick shot of
So
Aunt
that
May. I
also
can't
shows,
wait.
like, most likely Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield do come in at some point because he even mentions that you're not Peter Parker.
That's what
So
I was
I
gonna
almost
say about.
imagine they'll be in it.
That's what I was gonna say about it too. Is like for me, I don't need them to be in it, but it just makes too much sense. Like, and I don't know. Everybody's saying that they're for a fact in there, and I know I'm gonna end up on the wrong side of this, but I just kind of feel like maybe they're not in the fucking movie. Like, I know everybody's so sure about it, but I was like, maybe they're not. Like, I don't know. Maybe
I don't
they
know.
are
He's
for like.
dropping a lot of hints, especially saying you're not Peter Parker was a pretty clear indicator that he's probably going to show up at least, maybe even just a cameo or something.
Yeah.
Not like hardcore in it, but at least in it.
Yeah, I know I'm in the minority on that. I just have a feeling that maybe they're not lying. You know, I don't know. So like, by the way, you talked about this. He got new fucking armor. Electro did.
Yeah.
He got brand new armor. I don't know how that happened. I guess when they teamed up, they like helped each other out.
That's what somebody keeps on saying, the Sinister Six. That would be great. You know what kind of looks like, and it's probably completely wrong, but it kind of looks like kind of part of the technology that Michael Keaton was using as Vulture. That maybe he took some of the shit that Vulture had and maybe redesigned it for his electro powers.
Well, in the center of that too, it kind of looks like an arc reactor from Iron Man.
Yeah, so I wonder,
like,
I'd hope that'd be badass if Michael Keaton shows up again as Vulture in this. I don't know. I mean, maybe they break him out and have him help him with I mean, it's stretching now, but maybe they have him help design their technology. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like he should.
But Doc
be
Ock's smart as shit. So,
by the way, I think he looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, he looks exactly the same from the Maguire.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. It's nice that we're gonna get to see him in this movie with today's technology. That's fucking beautiful, man.
I wonder if he goes, "Nobody says no to me."
But this shot was weird. I think it's new armor, like a new suit that he has of some sort. But dude, that like if you look really close at it, like he's clearly not wearing the Green Goblin mask. For a second, I was like, "Oh my god, it's James fucking Franco."
It better goddamn not be.
You
knew this was coming, Pete. You knew this was coming. God damn it! Go back to your fucking dimension, you asshole. Go be emo. It tastes so good.
It also kind of looks like either that or it kind of looks like Dane DeHaan, his Green Goblin, which is possible, right?
Yeah, maybe. But Dane DeHaan's, I did like Dane DeHaan's Green Goblin, but it wasn't as memorable as. I mean, I would take Dane DeHaan over James Franco's Green Goblin any day of the week. So I don't know. Yeah. They could. I mean, they're going to pull from different dimensions. It's not like they don't have access to all the characters that's been used by Sony or all the.
Much like Bryan Singer, I think James Franco's in trouble too. So I don't think we'll actually see him. But that's what I thought at first. I was like, what the fuck? Iron Wolf said a lot of people thought that was Franco. Eduardo said that's Ned Hobgoblin.
Ned? Oh. That's crazy.
Ned.
Ned Leeds?
I don't know. This is the shot that you were talking about. You see Lizard over there to the right looking CGI as fuck.
Well, he was CGI in the other one too.
Yeah, it just looks worse to me somehow, which is very odd. But it's just a quick little shot. Sandman, I'm fucking psyched that they're bringing Sandman back. You and I both like Sandman.
Even though the same guy?
Shit. Yeah, same dude and everything. Even though that looks like Jamie Lee Fox or Jamie Foxx. Why do we keep saying Jamie Lee Fox?
I know. I'm thinking of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. But yeah, there's that scene. But there's another shot that people were talking about. Fuck, I didn't capture it on here. But there's a shot where, and this is people's supposed proof that Toby and them are in the movie. Hang on, let me get this off here. What the fuck are you doing? You stop it.
She's reaching for the last roll of toilet paper.
There we go. Okay, so people's supposed proof that they're both in the movie is a shot in the trailer. You know, it's a badass shot where Spider-Man's jumping towards them, and you got the Lizard over here, you got Electro, and then you got Sandman, and he's like floating towards them, like, Wendy, I can fly. People's supposed proof is that that Lizard, when he jumps, isn't looking at Spider-Man, but looking at something else. And then he turns his head back towards Sandman, and it looks like something kicked him. So people are saying that it's an absolute proof that that's Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield, and they're in the scene, but they've been edited out, and he's kicked by one of them.
I mean,
I think that's a stretch, personally.
It's not impossible. I mean, they did edit out the Hulk in Avengers: Infinity War.
Very possible. Very possible.
I mean, they did that. They did that. Well, when they did it in Civil War when they edited out Spider-Man when he was running on the tarmac. So it's not like they're not known for doing this. I mean, it's a smart idea. I would do it too if I were like, hey, I want to keep this as under wraps as I can, because that's a big. But Courtney said something correct. Sony should be ashamed of themselves by showing all. They did show a shit ton in this trailer. They really showed almost like too much.
Yeah, depending on what happens. I mean,
they would look like climactic scenes though. Like that one on the Statue of Liberty was like literally the last scene of the movie. It had to be.
Oh yeah, that was a badass. They had that Captain America thing up there too. That was cool as shit. But I want to reiterate, I'm not saying they're not going to be in the movie. And I'm not saying that they didn't edit them out. It's very possible that they did. I just think that some people are acting like it's a fact, and all that happens if you watch it. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that we saw bad CGI where the lizard's like just looking this way or whatever. And also, when he turns his neck back, he has a lizardy neck, so his neck doesn't look as necessarily kicked. He had like a kind of a snake-like movement to it when he was like, "What the fuck's going on back here?"
Maybe Tom Holland was just looking over to see if his car was getting towed. We don't know. It's like, did I park there? No, they didn't valet.
Cody Buchanan says, "Have you guys watched the next?" Oh, I already read that.
Holy shit, Adrian, that's a good. He said they edited out Mephisto. Holy fuck, I forgot all about him. Yeah, he could be in the movie. That makes total sense.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, at this rate, if they're just making shit disappear from the screen, fucking Superman might be in there.
Oh, Peter Pan's in that motherfucker. Let's get everybody in there.
System Honor says, "I'm really interested in Doc Ock seemingly helping." Yeah, it does. You could see that in the trailer. Like you could see maybe him switching sides because he was a villain that what's the word I'm looking for?
Redeemed himself.
An empathetic villain, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, and at the end, they made friends.
Well, they did Spider-Man 2. He does the redemption arc, so I wonder why he's fucking. I guess maybe they plucked him out of the time. Maybe he was plucked out of a certain time where he was still evil. I don't know, because at the end of Spider-Man 2, he's obviously dead. Well, we think he's dead. He drowns pulling that thing down, but he looked like he got control of the arms. He's like, "Listen to me," and so he looked like he got control of the arms. But maybe when they opened up the gateway and all these dimensional rifts, it was an evil Doc Ock from a different dimension that just happens to have Tobey Maguire in it, or they plucked him from the time stream where he hadn't come back to that redemptive arc. I don't know. But yeah, he does.
Well, he tells
I don't know if he's helping them.
They say in the trailer though.
What?
Like they say in the trailer that these guys are brought back from the point they died.
Oh, so before?
Like after they died.
Well, I don't know how that works because they're fucking
I don't
dead.
know. Well, it's during their death. I don't know. But I know that. I know that.
But I don't know if he's helping them though, because that's interesting though, because it looked like he was captured because they were making fun. He looked like they were maybe like shaking him down for some info. So I don't think he's willingly helping him. Maybe
his little sprouters were shut. They were shut down, and because they're usually open and like snarling, they were shut down and they were red. So
somebody said that he stole tech. That's why his arms look like that. Like that he stole tech and absorbed it onto his arms.
That's like nanotech. Yeah, maybe fucking Goblin helped them helped everybody upgrade. You know what I mean?
These motherfuckers were thieves. As soon as they got into our universe, they're like fucking thinking it was Home Depot and just stealing everything.
I got money to spend.
Goddamn maggots. But yeah, but who knows? We'll see. I'm just glad he's back in it.
Yeah, me too.
Foxhound, he's a good actor.
Welcome back, Foxhound. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. It says someone pointed out in the international trailer, you see Lizard getting punched by an invisible force, and people think it's one of the other men edited out to maintain secrecy. That's what we were just talking about. Sorry, I didn't get to that before we talked about it, Foxhound, but appreciate it anyways. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's for everybody to watch. I think it's possible, but to me, that is in no way proof that Toby, and people are saying like, there's like tons of videos like proof that they're in the movie. I'm like, I would not call that proof by any means. You know what I mean?
I guess we're all gonna find out in December.
Yeah, maybe that's the way it should be, Jim. System Honor says, I really want a new cast X-Men. Keep Deadpool though. That was a question I had. How fucking wild if Deadpool showed up in this?
I always thought it'd be if that would be the perfect way to introduce him and like do it like after the credits roll, and then him, he was like, what the, and then because he can't say fuck, and then just say what the F, and then they have the screen go black, and then he's like, but I wasn't done yet, or some stupid thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that
that
would
would
be
be
fun.
cool.
But I don't know what they're gonna. I really feel bad for Ryan Reynolds because I really don't know what's gonna happen with him. I don't, because they're shuffling around so much stuff, and then I know they promised and said Deadpool is not gonna go anywhere, but I don't know, dude. It's Disney. I mean, it's gonna be real hard for them to figure out a way to get around that rated R thing. But but
And
I
he's
agree.
taking a
I want to keep Deadpool the same. If they recast the X-Men from the ground up, I think that's the way to go. But Deadpool, yeah, Ryan Reynolds was born to play that role, man. I don't know what you can do. I mean, if you make it PG-13, it's gonna be shit.
Yeah, they can't do that. I would love to see Deadpool pop up in this movie because him and Spider-Man always had fun interactions together. You know what I mean? Because they're so different from each other.
You wanted to
I think
fuck him.
Deadpool. Yeah, but it'd be like, I don't think it could be in the movie full on if it's not an R-rated movie. But if, like you said, at the end or something, or if he just pops up, or like, what if like all the shit's going down and you see him lift up a window and he looks at all the cars, he's like, nope, he just shuts the window back and stay, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
but that would be cool.
I hope Tobey Maguire, when he shows up, though, if he does show up, I hope he comes into the rift. He's like, pizza time. And he has a load of pizza time.
Oh, what if he said that? What if he popped up at the end of the movie and he was like, and he's walking out of the theater, he's like, this is bullshit. Not one sighting of Toby the entire movie or something like that.
I hope, yeah, the salt would be hilarious if you walk out and people are, I thought it was great, except that there was no goddamn Toby or Andrew. What if they just fucking burn my money? I'm like, okay, it's still a good movie.
Hey, by the way, have you heard about this yet? It seems like the latest trending thing since Red Notice came out with Ryan Reynolds is that the cool thing now is that people are sick of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool act. They're like,
what do you
mean?
Now,
you see, I just see a lot of people, like a lot of articles being like, oh, it's just typical Deadpool Ryan Reynolds. Like him playing Deadpool ruined him because that's the only character he plays now. And that I've seen that like all over the internet lately. And I'm like, you guys got it backwards. Ryan Reynolds was always that way. Like that's why he's the perfect Deadpool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be like saying, oh, it's just same old Beethoven. Like, who cares? He's not like he's got masterpieces or anything. Like, same old Ozzy Osbourne, same old fucking Beatles. It's like, okay,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Those articles, dude, they're written by people that want clicks. I mean, the first thing you do on clicks is make a controversial fucking subject and stand, and then there you go. Let it rake in.
Yeah,
they don't care if they get hated. They're just assholes. They never liked
a lot of comments agreeing with it too, which surprised me.
People like, but those people, those are people with alt accounts. They have one account. They live at home in their basements, their carriage house in their parents' garage.
That's how we
and they
get
just
likes.
have alt accounts.
That's what we do.
Well, I know, but I think it's probably the author that probably just makes alt accounts and likes his own shit. It just seems like somebody that would do that. I'm gonna like my own comment.
Foxhound says, thank you, by the way, Foxhound. Appreciate that, man. Says, also 100% agree about Alfred Molina, Doc Ock. If you've never seen Boogie Nights, him as an absolute psycho crackhead drug dealer is film poetry.
He's great, man. He's an awesome actor.
I haven't seen that since it first came out. Like, I saw that when I was young, and I was like, cock!
That's a big wiener. You looked at your own, you're like, God, I wish it was that big.
Yeah, I was not ready for a cock that size to be in my face. Take this out of context. So it threw me off, and I think my mind blanked out the rest of the movie because I don't remember shit from Boogie Nights. So I have to rewatch that. And then
Brian Linville says, "What if Ozzy plays Mephisto? You would never get lines out of him. He'd be like, Sharon, come over, Sharon." He'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you." Yeah, I saw a clip of him, and he went over to what's his daughter's name? It's Jack and Diane. What shit?
Story.
Kelly. He gave Kelly. Kelly was like, "Hey, Dad, can I get some money?" And he gave her a whole wad of it looked like $2,000. And she's like, "Dad, I don't need this much." He's like, "So it's better if you don't have it, not have it, or rock and roll." Like he mumbled something. He's like, "Rock and roll." I was like, "God damn, he seems fun."
Anthony Stamps, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that, man. It says this movie comes out 2 days before my birthday. Also, this is going to be an early birthday treat. Also, for me, if Tibet and Andrew show up, if Toby and Andrew show up, I'll be beyond excited. But if not, Willem Dafoe and Alfred Molina will be enough for me. It's kind of how I feel, dude.
Yeah, man. You got some big. Those are great. To have them back in it is awesome. Somebody who said that? William Duffy, could Venom make a surprise appearance? They've been talking about doing something with Venom and Spider-Man, Tom Holland. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. If Venom gets dragged into this somehow, he could be a bonus ending. Tom Hardy's Venom. Yeah. So who knows? Yeah. They're literally, this is like almost becoming like the linchpin for everything after like phase 4 for Marvel. Like this movie is like the big one where everything like sets off after this.
It's a blessing and a curse though. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is what people talk about when they talk about Marvel and superhero movies and the tie-ins and the Easter eggs and all that. Like a cool idea, which it was a cool idea, and it is a cool idea. Like the fact that, oh my God, they're actually gonna take the 2000s Raimi verse and make it canon with what's going on today is such a cool idea. And I just feel like it's been bastardized. A pedantic bastard by, well, now it's got to have them. Now it's got to have this. And I'm not saying anybody's wrong for saying this could or what, but, it's just that I think that's my problem with Marvel. Like, I just want it to be a cool movie, but now there's so many toys to play with. It's like I tell my kids all the time. I'm like, when I try to get Ellie to throw away old toys or to donate them, I was like, Christmas is coming up. We got to get some fucking toys out of this house, man. Everywhere I go, I step on a fucking baby doll or something. It's like, we got to get some toys out of here so that you have room for your new toys. Okay. And we can donate them. And then, if you clean up, then you'll know where the toys you want to play with are, and you'll have more fun. And she just looks at me like I'm stupid. That's how I feel about the Marvel. Like, we have so much. It's like, you can't just enjoy what you have.
I've come around to it a little bit, I guess, because I was thinking the same thing, but then we're also like sucking dick for anything that, like, all the stuff they're putting in the Flash movie. Like, you've got Michael Keaton's Batman, you've got the other, Ben Affleck's Batman. They might, who the fuck knows who they pop up in there. Like, I mean, I'm excited too and they're putting a lot into the Flash movie too. So I'm torn on both of them. Like I said, if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield aren't in the movie, I think everybody's been treated anyway, because you got Molina and you got Defoe coming back. That's great. That's awesome. That's still more than, I was hoping for. But if they do happen to throw in Garfield and Maguire, that's fucking great too. I think but I still think the movie's going to be great regardless. It's just going to be somewhat disappointing to people, I suppose. But yeah, why would you go see the movie only to see those cameos? Like, go fucking watch the Maguire and Garfield movies. Like, I mean, if they're not in the movie, they're not in the movie. Yeah, and I do think that Garfield, I like Maguire is still my favorite Spider-Man, but I think that Garfield did get the short end of the stick. Like, I don't really think he got the fully develop that character. I mean, I think he could have been amazing if they had done the Sinister Six movie. But oh well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I think that, and what I think is, there's just no way that they're going to give everybody what they want with this movie, unless it's 4 hours fucking long. So I would rather have, and it's interesting with the Flash, what they're doing is they're not talking about all the other villains, all this crazy shit like that. They're just like, hey, guess what? Michael Keaton's in the movie as Batman. You got that. And I feel like if we had Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, then I think the villains would just be the cherry on top. There wouldn't be all this hubbub. So in a way, I think DC did that right. If Maguire and Garfield are in this movie. Mm-hmm. But I also think that, like, wouldn't you rather just see an updated, now that if they introduce this new universe, would you rather have a cameo where nobody gets enough time to shine? Or would you rather them announce, by the way, we're doing retro Spider-Man, you know what I mean? And give Toby a whole new fucking movie.
I hope that, I thought there was a rumor somewhere that someone had said that maybe Raimi and Tobey Maguire were going to team back up and do a separate Spider-Man movie. I think that'd be fucking great. Like, that's cool. Like, and make it separate from MCU. It doesn't have anything to do with MCU. Be its own thing, like Joker was with Joaquin Phoenix. Just make it its own thing. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's its own universe, dude. That'd be so fucking cool. Damn,
I would love to do that. I would do what I would do. Oh my god, yes! What I would do is I would make the Tobey Maguire with Raimi team up again happen, make it a separate movie, and then I would do, if I were Sony, okay, if I had the money to do it, I would take and make a Maximum Carnage situation. A Maximum Carnage situation occur, and bring back Woody Harrelson to give him the time to search, motherfuckers. But no,
I like it.
I'd make it separate and make it dark, and I'd make 3 movies out of it and make a Maximum Carnage. Yes, and make just fucking balls to the wall, and it would be. Then you can make it really sad, because then it'd be like Tobey Maguire. It'd be like, his sacrifice, and Creed could come on, My Sacrifice, and it could be the last scene, and he gives his life up for the city of New York, and they finally say, oh man, Spider-Man was a good guy after all. And J. Jonah Jameson says, I always respected him, or something. I don't know. I mean, it would suck to see Tobey Maguire die, but that would give him the send-off that I think, I don't know, it would be sweet as fuck, dude.
Well, there's going to be a send-off. There's going to be some sort of send-off here for Tom Holland, I think. Because I read that he said in an interview recently, he was like, I don't know if I'm going to play Spider-Man anymore, because he was like, if I'm 30 and still playing Spider-Man, I've done something wrong. He was like, I feel like that I should get out of the way and let them do Miles Morales or do something like that. And so I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this movie, dude, but I don't know if I believe that.
Because if you're 30 years old still playing Spider-Man, that's badass, dude. If you're 30 years old and still having fucked, that's a problem. But other than that, I don't think you've got other things to worry about. If I were 30, if I were 30 years old and the only thing I were known for was playing one character as iconic as Spider-Man, I wouldn't give a shit, dude. My life would be set for like ever. I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm Spider-Man forever. That's how Hugh Jackman was. I mean, Hugh Jackman played that character for like 14 years.
Yeah, I think as an actor though, I get it. Cause Spider-Man's kind of a kiddie character. You want to fucking grow up. You want to get other roles.
Well, I mean,
I get where he's coming from on that one.
He sounds like a whiny girl.
I mean, it's not like any of us. Any of us like, yeah, I'll play fucking Spider-Man. But like for him, like he's been Spider-Man for forever now, and he probably wants to go do other roles and do new.
Yeah, maybe, shit. But I don't know. He's to me, it's just like this would be his third Spider-Man movie. He's been in Civil War. He was in both. He was in Infinity War, and then at the end of Endgame. So he's been Spider-Man for a few films, but only been Spider-Man fully for 3 films. I don't know. I mean, that's more than any other Spider. Well, no, Maguire did it. I don't know. I just feel like he's still too young, like, to be worrying about it right now. I mean, he could still go out and do other things, but it does. I mean, it would probably wrap his life up if you're doing anything with MCU or DCEU. Yeah, it would take. But then again, I mean, look at Henry Cavill, poor bastard. They didn't do anything with him. You could be in the position that Henry Cavill's in. They could just not do anything with you.
What are you going to do on October 31st?
What are you going to do on October 31st?
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, goddamn.
Goddamn you, Michael!
I said, goddamn.
A lot of people don't know the darkness that goes inside their hearts.
I said, goddamn.
Goddamn you, Michael! What are you gonna do on October 31st?